You know what? Let's get into this. So let's get into Jadakiss and on the 7 p.m. in Brooklyn podcast. Shout out to Mello, shout out to Cash, shout out to Mello, Mello and Mero. Shout out to all y'all. Rudy Gay was on there for a few episodes. Let's get into that. So Jadakiss was on there talking about how he believed music is more political than actual politics nowadays, and I might have to agree with that. Jadakiss, 7 p.m. in BK. Let's see if we can find it on YouTube. I mean, on Twitter. Okay. I'm watching this in real time. I don't know if, and I'm going to have to block this for the YouTubes, y'all. I'm sorry. But this is Jadakiss talking about the current state of rap music and the music industry in general. You know what? I want to find it on Instagram because I don't know if that's actually the clip. So just to save y'all some time, let me. And we might go back to that one because that is a better. If it is the same clip, I'm gonna go back to it. But let's find it on the gram because this is why I seen it originally. And we live, so fuck with me. You know what I mean? We do this shit. Here we go. Here we go. Bam. Music probably have more politics than politics. Let's go ahead and see what the boy Jada had to say.
In a weird space as far as how it's being delivered and being distributed. It's all streaming is something totally different. But it doesn't discourage me from wanting to make music. Music probably have more politics than politics.
There's dudes that's kind of like carrying the torch forward for hip hop, like Kendrick. What did you think of his Super Bowl performance as an MC?
I thought it was dope. If you look back when they first started going at it, him and Drake, I said for me, I remember being young watching the Super Bowl with my dad and my uncles and them, and everybody would go get a plate. Nobody even cared who was on the halftime show. Mm-hmm.
We could stop here, and this is probably why. I want to see if this is the same clip on. Let me see really quickly.
Music is in a weird.
Okay, it is the same clip, so we could leave. I'm gonna play it again, and we could leave Instagram because I can't reverse and pause and go back to certain things. He said a lot in that clip just now. He said, "Yo, music is more political than actual politics nowadays," which I might agree on. We done seen one side of the industry team up against one specific person, being Drake, to try to eliminate him. You know what I'm saying? Drake elimination, fake intimidation, take a minute, take a deep breath, have a little bit of patience. We didn't seen it. That's political. That's like when you running for mayor or you running for presidency and you got smear campaigns and shit coming out against you. You got somebody from this side, that side, up there, down here, all coming against you at one time. You feel me? So that's kind of what they was getting into. And then he talked about, too, the Super Bowl performance. He just got into it, and we're going to play it again. He just got into it saying, yo, I remember watching that shit as a kid, and I used to go and watch. Used to go get some wings, some chips and dip, you know what I'm saying? I used to go ahead and hit the baño. I used to go hit the bathroom. Super Bowl performance. We don't care nothing about this shit. It's different now. So let's get into this now that I found this is actually the video. Let's play this here.
Music is in a weird space as far as how it's being delivered and being distributed. It's all streaming is something totally different. But it doesn't discourage me from wanting to make music. Music probably have more politics than politics.
There's dudes that's kind of like carrying the torch forward for hip hop, like Kendrick. What did you think of his Super Bowl performance as an MC?
I thought it was dope. If you look back when they first started going at it, him and Drake, I said for me, I remember being young watching the Super Bowl with my dad and my uncles and them, and everybody would go get a plate. Nobody even cared who was on the halftime show. Mm-hmm. So for hip hop to get Super Bowl anything is a win for.
Facts. Whatever side you pick, and if you picking sides, I think you're weird. I don't care. I'm not a guy picking sides. I'm down the middle. I fuck with Kendrick and Drake. Love them both. I've been listening to more Drake recently. That's just because that's what it is. He releases a lot more music. He's more visible. Doesn't take anything away from Kendrick. I don't think if you can't compare them on a certain thing, you can't compare them. It just is what it is. They just happen to have a battle. Two of the biggest rap stars in the fucking world at this point. But two things. I don't even remember when halftime shows was a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm at the age where I remember more recently, you know, within the last 5 years, maybe 5+, the different artists. Let's actually pull that up. Last list of Super Bowl halftime performers. Let me tell y'all how far back I remember, because maybe I'm saying 5 and I'm pretty sure I remember a little bit more than that. 80s, 90s? Hell no. Hell no. See, like the 1993 with Michael Jackson, I was an infant. I couldn't remember that shit. But staying on the point of when it was time for the Super Bowl halftime show to come on, we didn't watch football for for 2 quarters. Nobody want to see no musical performance. So I do agree, and I do love that rap has gotten to the forefront of this white establishment and organization and industry. You know what I mean? And shout out to Jay-Z, shout out to Hov for that. He is the main component of why that is a thing, because Jay-Z is directly related to picking Super Bowl performers. Let's just get into that. Jay-Z Super Bowl halftime show. Let's just get into his job with what he does. Jay-Z has been involved with the Super Bowl halftime show since 2019. So that's about 6 years ago. He and his record label, Roc Nation, work with the league to select performers and advise on live events. Basically, Jay is the one that's picking these people. So from 2019 to now, anybody that you've seen perform there, and we're going to get into the list, it was Jay-Z's doing. 100%. So how is Jay-Z involved in the Super Bowl halftime show? He has the final say on who performs in the halftime show. Shout it out for hip hop. Shout it out for Brooklyn. For Brooklyn. That's a major thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, the final say, whoa, that's damn near like being the CEO. He also helps with social justice initiatives, and he consults with the NFL on live events, including the Super Bowl halftime show. Bam. Direct quotes and comments about what he does. So let's go ahead and get into the list. I'm not going back to the 90s. I will go to as much as I can remember. So I'm going to go through the list and see which of these artists I actually remember, because that is what Kiss is talking about. We're going to get back to the clip, but he's saying, like, yo, I remember it was a point where I didn't even remember or didn't even know they was doing this. We went to go get some wings, some pizza, some food. We walked off. All right, so we had 2003. Not remembering any of these people. Oh, okay. I can say this. Boom. 2004, February 4th. I can remember verbatim this because this came with controversy. So I don't know Roman numerals. Even though there's a Roman numeral in my name, don't get me to figuring out the ones when they got X's and all of this and all of that in there. I can't. I am not Roman. I can't read that. I can't. It's not even going to tell me here. But anyways, Super Bowl this February 1st, Reliance Stadium. Look, Houston, Texas. Wow, this took place in Houston. Holy crap. Holy crap. Look, the story, the plot thickens. I remember this. It was Janet Jackson, No Diddy, Nelly, Kid Rock, JT, Justin Timberlake, and Jessica Simpson. Let's clap it up for all of those artists. I remember this verbatim because I remember being in school and not seeing it live, maybe hearing about it after the fact. This is the Super Bowl where Justin Timberlake pulled Janet Jackson titty out. My man, wow. He pulled that shit out on live television. Titty out. Nipple ring around that motherfucker. He pulled it out. My man pulled it out. And that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, my man pulled it out. I'm not even gonna show it. Cause I can't. This is live. This is Twitch. This is YouTube. Can't show it, but that really happened. You could go YouTube it, go Google it on your own. You know what I'm saying? Like, figure out what happened there. So I can remember this. 2004. I don't remember this. Paul McCartney. I don't remember the Rolling Stones. I do remember Prince. 2007. I'm getting a little bit older. I'm definitely getting a little bit older here. Prince is here. I don't remember this. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Bruce Springsteen. I don't remember any of this. So we get into 2010s. Black Eyed Peas. Do I remember this? 2011? Nah. So anyway, this is where it starts getting, Beyonce. No, Destiny Child. I don't even think that's Beyonce on her own. Lady Gaga, JT, Maroon 5, Shakira, The Weeknd. Okay, so this is more recent times where, they getting into their bag. Hip hop, so we can start from 2019. 2019, first one, Travis Scott. Ain't no way. Maroon 5. So I guess Jay-Z, this was the first year he got into it. Maroon 5, Shakira, J-Lo was the next one, 2020. The Weeknd was next, 2021. Dr. Dre, Snoop, Eminem, Mary J. Kendrick. This was Kendrick's first time at the Super Bowl, but he wasn't a solo artist, and he wasn't performing on his own. And you got to Rihanna, Usher last year, and then boom, Kendrick this year. The first ever rapper performing live at the Super Bowl. It's a big thing. Huge thing. Very, very, very huge thing right there. I mean, what a goddamn accomplishment.